You can do anything if you set your goal, acquire the knowledge to achieve it, and without fail, do the work day in and day out. Let's jump into these charts. We see stocks and bonds are down, gold and Bitcoin are up. Check out the S&P 500 as it is pulling back for the day 0.74%, busting through that prior weekly trend line. It can move back up through it, my friends. Of course, we know that. It's just the first day of a shortened trading week. It is Tuesday. Monday markets were closed in the States for the Labor Day holiday. We see the two-day chart has not penetrated the weekly trend line yet. Half-day did in the morning, stayed below it in the afternoon. So we are paying close attention to see if our continued up move for all these weeks, starting with that bounding up on the week beginning the 28th of April, is going to continue, or if it's coming to an end and we're going to go short. What do we see on QQQ, about to get to 20-year U.S. government bonds? These are the tech stocks. They've shown us dojis the last 2 weeks, breaking through the weekly trend line last week. Well, it's solidifying that this week with a decently sized red down candle forming, particularly compared to the fact we've had no red down candles before anything. Now, again, it could go green for the weeks out. It's below on the two-day chart and below on the half-day, having started moving down on Friday and strongly down on Tuesday. So again, we'll be watching both the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100 as we get through the week to see if we're literally going to have a weekly vertical crossover, the first one in months, going down on either one or both of our stock indices. Let's look at 20-year U.S. government bonds. They are down the biggest for the day of all 5 charts, 1.12%. We had 3 dojis over the last 3 prior weeks. Now we have a red down candle forming. We can see it pushing through on the 2-day and having pushed through in the morning and stayed through and a little further down in the afternoon with all that volume over the last 2 days. Again, we are more bearish on 20-year U.S. government bonds after all of this indecision, but it was tending down and down strongly on Tuesday. What do we see with gold? Gold up for the day, bounding up 2.36%. Now, last week had a green up candle with lots of volume. This week we're surging as we start the week. Volume okay. Remember, it's a shortened trading week. Look at that 2-day chart for Friday and Friday and Tuesday, really bounding up. And you can see as things started moving up back on Friday morning, the 22nd of August, it has just continued to move up, gaining energy with volume and with price movement. Gold just a hammering up. And as we look at Bitcoin, after 3 weeks of red down candles, still a red down candle starting the week because these are Heikin-Ashi candlesticks. You look at the 2-day, you had that big down move on Friday. That's what accounting for that red down candle. You can see where things trying to recover some on Tuesday. But again, even though it's up 2.38%, still below the weekly trend line on the 2-day and the half-day and the weekly. But we'll see as the week continues to move along, particularly if stocks are weakening, what Bitcoin is going to be up to. I'm going to be working on getting out to the Patreon members our 5-day plus analysis. If I can get that done, I am traveling overseas here in France right now. It is 10-something in the evening. Markets just closed in the States. I'm 6 hours ahead. I'll be knocking that out for you and then getting some sleep. God bless my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.